Hi, I'm Chris and welcome to my channel Synergistic Singing. Today I wanted to talk about things outside of singing that have a huge impact on your singing. And one of those things is your ability to be really consistent over a long period of time. So I have students from all walks of life, and I have students in the younger ages like teens and preteens. And this is a time in their life when they're learning how to build skills that they'll use for the rest of their life. This is when they're building a lot of those really crucial habits that will bolster their health and their well-being. I have had a predicament because sometimes the reason why a student fails or a singer fails at their goal is not actually because of what is happening in their singing. It's not because they're not progressing as a singer or not understanding the techniques or not working with them. It's actually because of outside things. And two really common things that will really sabotage your progress as a singer are listening to your inner critic and then not being consistent over time. So I want to do a way to address these two things, but for today I'm just going to talk about consistency over time. So if you want to get better at singing, the one quality that I've seen across all of my students that's always been a constant, and it's been true for myself as well, and then it's been true in other skills in life, is that to really progress and succeed and grow, you have to put in consistent action over a long period of time. And most of the time things take longer than you think they will take. Just look at your to-do list for the day. Most likely, if you're anything like me, you do not get all of it done in the day. So that's a really crucial skill. Now here's the predicament that I run into as a voice teacher. I want to stay squarely on the subject of singing, but what's actually more important to develop and learn and work with is this side skill, like being consistent, so that the things that you're working on, the things that you're learning as a singer can stick. So how do I do that? How do I address those things? Because I'm not going to veer off sort of the singing topic all that much if I'm working with someone who, came to lessons to learn how to sing, right? So how do I address that? Well, I didn't really have a way to work with that or to answer that question really thoroughly of like, how can I be consistent with my singing practice? But I read a whole bunch of books. I worked with, I experimented with all my students, had them try a bunch of different things. And I tried things with myself. I tried many different ideas, and I kind of boiled it all down to something that's really quick, takes 5 minutes, and you can start implementing a really consistent habit of singing practice. And I found that the same system actually works really well for any other skills that you want to do in your life. So if you want to change your eating habits or your exercise habits or those kinds of things, this is a really nice system, and it doesn't take that much time. Now I had to read a whole lot and I had to practice a whole lot to narrow down to just some really quick actions. So I can't exactly say to a student you need to practice consistently, go read all these books, right? So I needed something that would be just really quick and really easy to start working with right away. And so for this, I created the Consistency Guide. And this is specifically for singing practice, but you can also apply it to other things in your life. To get to this guide, just click the link in the description below. I'm going to be covering the 5 sort of mini skills that go into being really consistent. And with each one of those skills are going to be really easy 5-minute action plans that you can take, so you can really build a robust system to stick to your singing practice, but also anything else in your life that you want to make part of your permanent routine. One of the things in the guide to consistency that I feel like would have been very comforting to me when I first started was to let go of the idea of focusing on progress, not perfection. The reality is that not only can you not control or make things absolutely perfect, but sometimes you don't have full control over your progress. You can only put in the actions that you believe will create the outcome. And that's really where your focus needs to be, because that's what you can really control. So if you are looking to your progress so that you feel good about taking action, then whenever you hit a plateau, you won't be taking consistent action anymore because you don't feel right or doesn't feel good to keep going. But if you're focusing on, am I taking action over this period of time, regardless of what's happening on the outcome, then when you have a plateau, or if you seem to be getting worse, then it's easier to stick to it, because you're saying, I'm going to be someone who is going to show up, who's going to be present no matter what. And that is what really, really makes a difference. I cannot tell you how many times in my life some of the biggest changes, the most exciting things have happened after very long, boring plateaus. So I was stuck at this level for a month, for 3 months. Seems like nothing was happening, and then everything just clicked. Really, really cool things, but you have to stick to it during that time. Now, this doesn't mean that you take the same kind of action every single time. It doesn't mean you just do the same exercise like an automaton every day, even though it's totally not working. No. I'm definitely not saying that. You change your approach constantly, but you don't just stop and just give up for months at a time, right? So that's where I think it would have been really, really comforting for me had I learned to focus on, am I taking consistent action over time, and letting go of always having to make progress. I hope this video encourages you, especially during those times where you may feel like you're not sure if you're making progress. And for more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. And for voice lessons, either online or in my Austin, Texas studio, go to synergisticsinging.com/schedule a lesson. Thanks for watching.